Hey, how's it going everybody? Thank you for clicking on this news video, and let's just go ahead and get started. Now what we're going to talk about today is this ridiculous story involving the FCC and net neutrality. For those of you who are unaware, in 2015 the FCC passed regulations under the Obama administration that made the internet a Title II regulation, essentially meaning the broadband internet became a utility for everyone. These rules prevented large ISPs like Comcast and AT&T from essentially creating fast lanes on the internet. What that means, for example, let's say you have Comcast internet and you enjoy watching YouTube videos, but one day you get on and find YouTube's essentially unwatchable in favor of a service that Comcast has. This could only be the start of the negatives that come from repealing net neutrality. I mean, let's take a place like Portugal, for example, who doesn't have these regulations in place. On top of your monthly service fees you're already paying to these companies, you'll start getting charged extra for extra services you want to use. So let's say you're on social media websites such as Facebook and Twitter, that could start costing you an extra $5 per month. Streaming services like YouTube and Netflix, $5 a month. Even checking your email, an extra $5 a month. It sounds scary and it sounds outrageous, but honestly this stuff is kind of already happening. I mean, in these examples, let's look at your phone plans. I mean, last year during the Pokemon Go craze, places like T-Mobile started offering plans where if you swap to their service, Pokemon Go wouldn't affect your data cap for the month. And you have other companies also doing the same thing with streaming services such as Hulu and Netflix. Plans like these are already in place in a lot of instances, but due to the net neutrality regulations, companies can't make these as big as they would like to. So why would anyone want these taken back? Well, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai says he wants to take back these regulations because it gives the government too much power and too much control. Essentially, he says these net neutrality rules are an example of the government overstepping their bounds. With the plan he wants to put in place, it would take the internet from being a Title II down to a Title I, meaning it wouldn't be considered a utility anymore, and also it would make the regulations put on these major companies almost non-existent. And I think it's important to note for clarity that before Pai became chairman of the FCC, he was an executive at Verizon Wireless. And on this issue, you see both parties kind of torn. You have those on the left saying that they believe in a free and open internet where content creators are allowed to make the content they love without major companies putting a stop to it. And you have many on the right saying they agree with Pai, saying that this is just an example of the government overstepping their bounds again. But it will be interesting to see where this goes from here. The vote is expected to take place December 14th, of which it's expected to pass with a vote of 3-2 in favor to repeal these regulations. But that being said, I'd love to know what you think in those comments down below. And that's actually where I'm going to end this episode. If you like what you saw here, remember to subscribe, get new content updates from us daily, and just remember to have a good day.